Publishing, and Michael Schwarz, who is a founder and partner with Full Clip Productions. Thanks for taking some time to talk with us.
Of course.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your partnership?
Well, it was actually about a year ago today, if you will, that we met down here at Comic-Con and started talking about ways to do business together, looking at comic book properties and what the future holds. Mike's partner is Sam Worthington, so we wanted to find properties to be able to build together. And about a year period of time, just talking and circling one another, and we landed on Last Days of American Crime as our first property.
So I've been working with Barry Levine and Jesse on Last Days, producing it, developing it. In the meantime, I decided to pitch a comic to Barry, Damaged, and he really liked it. Jesse seemed to really like it. We started to develop it with my brother, John, who's also a partner in Full Clip. And Barry and Jesse offered us an imprint deal for our new company, so that we'll be doing 3 comics a year through Radical. So we've got Damaged, and we've also got another one called Patriots that Sam created himself, along with John and another guy, Morgan O'Neill, one of our friends. And then we've got another third one that we're going to be doing, which is an illustrated novel called Amelia Plum, which will be more family friendly, 4 quadrant. And
And these are all going to eventually be movies.
yeah, I mean, at the moment they're comics. They're not designed to become movies. They're comics first. They become a movie, or even if they become a video game, that's something to decide later on down the track. But at the moment, the focus is on making it the best comics possible. We're not writing them as vehicles for Sam to star in or anything. No, they're purely us, creating comics because we love comics.
That's the most important thing for Radical, and it's actually the way that we built our brand from the beginning. Starting as Radical Comics, rolling that into Radical Publishing. Beginning in the comic book market and taking it very seriously and making sure that all of our properties stand on their own as comics first, published works first, be able to build that fan base, and if there's the opportunity for them to cross over, then we've always embraced that opportunity.
What can you tell us about the Last Days of American Crime?
Well, it's in the early stages of development still. We're still working out all the nuts and bolts of it at the moment, but we're really close to locking in a writer to it, getting a director on board and getting it at home in the studio. But yeah, it's coming along really, really well. I think it's going to be, it's shaping up just to be like a really, really great heist film that sort of takes the heist to the next level. It's got the ultimate ticking clock, and so yeah, I think we're going to be able to deliver something really good on that one.
It's a world in which crime is about to become impossible, right? So basically people have just a set, time to get their last crimes. It is the last days of American crime, literally.
So it should be good. It should be good.
Yeah. Created by Rick Remender, Rick brought it to Barry and had pitched the high concept, which is what Radical's really been founded on. It's just really, really strong high concepts. Being able to have the opportunity to draw in a broad audience, especially to the published work. Ray Cicchini created amazing artwork that just blew us all away, and it ultimately attracted Sam Worthington and Mike and Full Clip Productions to the property. So it was a very organic experience how that became the transmedia property that it's now developed into. But it originally started as just an amazing high concept comic book, and it's kind of gone from there.
The other big one on your plate is Damage, right? That's a story of 2 very different brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an idea my brother and I had a few years ago, and it's something that we've been sort of tinkering with. It was just a basic idea, but now we've been really fleshing it out. We're really excited to tell this story finally. We've got David Lappin on board to help us tell that story. So, and we're just about to lock in an artist by the sounds of things as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's a baby project for me. I'm really excited about that one.
So is it based on you and your brother? And I want to know which one's kind of the outside the law one.
Oh, that's confidential. I can't actually talk about that. No, it's going to be good, I think. I mean, we've grown up big fans of vigilantes and Punisher fans and everything, so it's us finding a fresh way of telling, those sort of stories. And also, we just love watching old guys go at it, teaching the young guys a thing or two. So it's that kind of thing.
For people who are coming out with comics and they want to pitch to Radical, what are you looking for?
just to say it again, I mean, high concept stories that can be told in a simple long line, but have the ability to appeal to a broad audience, turning, you know, standard stories on their heads with a nice twist, you know, is always the way that we look at it. It's something that will be complemented by the kind of artwork that we do and the storytelling that we take so seriously over at Radical. So, you know, we always keep the channels open for people to bring us new concepts. Ultimately, I mean, we're pretty selective in what we bring into the Radical universe. And also, once again, it is really, really important that we create a universe within our storytelling and making sure the characters can all kind of cross-pollinate one another ultimately into the future. So
they are very selective. The first thing I pitched to Barry, he outright just said, "No, that's crap." So they're honest.
Where you stand.
Yeah.
There's no gray area at Radical.
Well, I'd seen Legend, the Enchanted by Nick Percival, and I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a very different take, kind of a darker, again, the more twisted, kind of turning things on its head take. So I've come to kind of expect that from the rest of Radical's line.
Legends is actually a really good example. It was actually one of the first projects that Barry and I signed up about 3 years ago. And it was originally in the Grimm's fairy tale era, and we worked closely with Nick to turn it on its head, as you said, and have it be more into the Children of Men, you know, steampunk era, you know, where instead of it's horses, it's motorcycles, you know, where there's technology crossed over with this gang of the Enchanted, you know, Red Riding Hood, that we now call Red Hood, you know, Jack and the Beanstalk, which is, you know, Jack. And so ultimately, you know, it's an amazing piece that's really kind of developed over the years. We ended up taking it over to Imagine Entertainment. Ron Howard and Brian Grazer are now joining forces with Radical to bring it into, once again, a transmedia property. If it becomes a film or a video game, you know, it has all those qualities. So we're very excited with Legends as well.
And Jimmy Palmiotti has joined the fold. What is he going to be doing with you folks?
I'm a big fan of Jimmy.
Yeah, big fan of Jimmy's. We've been working with Jimmy for about a year. He brought us a property called Time Bomb that he's doing with his partner Justin Gray. They wrote a tremendous piece. Paul Galassi came on board, illustrating it. We were down here with Jimmy actually all weekend. He's been pitching the property, you know, to the fans, doing a lot of interviews. Very exciting piece for the company.
Nice. Well, what else do you have coming up that you're excited about? Anything around the bend?
Yeah, one of the biggest properties that we're really excited of is Oblivion. We're working closely with Joe Kosinski. He actually brought it to us before Tron's inception. You know, when they were just circling each other, he was just a tremendous commercial director. Brought us this property, original piece. He had gone around to all the different comic book companies and looking for a partner. Ended up bringing it to Radical just because of the quality of the art that we do and how seriously we take the storytelling. We developed an 8-page treatment into what is now a new illustrated novel. We're kind of breaking ground on a new format, which is prose with 30 to 40 full-page renderings, allowing us to do our distribution into the mass market. We signed a deal with Random House, so now we can reach a market that we've never been able to reach, which actually complements our relationship with Full Clip as well. You know, the comic book market, 4,000 stores in, you know, North America, and we really want to make sure that fans around the world are going to get to actually experience these stories. So it's a really important factor for us, and the illustrated novel allows us to hit markets and audiences that don't necessarily go into a comic book store. So it allows that crossover.
Yeah, the third project we're going to do, Amelia Plum, is going to be an illustrated novel. I mean, you know, because it is something that is, you know, kid friendly. It's hard to read a comic to a kid.
Yeah.
And so I've got like 9 nephews and a niece that none of them can read Damaged or Patriots, but we want something that we can, you know, share with them. And so we feel that this format that they're now sort of trailblazing is, you know, perfect for what we want to do as well.
What's Amelia Plum about?
It's still in the really early sides of areas of development. My sister-in-law, actually, John's wife, Jeannie, is writing it. She's actually going to write it as well, and it's sort of along the lines of a Coraline sort of story, but it's a little bit dark, but yeah, it's a very interesting idea, very original idea. There'll be more to come on that.
Nice. Well, thanks so much. We enjoy you taking the time to talk with us. Yeah, enjoy the rest of Comic-Con.
Check out Radical as soon as possible. You know, new stories, stuff you've never seen before. We're excited to have you guys all see it.